It's already thick and ready to be cooked. Alright, all that's poured in. Now it's time to turn the stove on. I'm going to turn it down to 1. Now that the setting's on 1, I'm going to let it cook. This will probably take about 20 minutes. Cooking on 1, I take at least 20 minutes, probably be a little bit less, but we'll see if time goes on. And the way I made this is I added half a cup of buttermilk to half a gallon of milk, and I took 2 cups of that milk out and used it for wherever I wanted, and then later added the half cup of buttermilk. Then I set it in a warm place until it was ready and thick. Once you see that it's thick like this, as you can see it's very thick, and you'll know that it's ready to be cooked. So now it's just a matter of time of waiting for it to get ready, and have patience. For those of you who are just joining me, I'm making Polish farmer's cheese called Twaróg, and the way that you make that is you take half a gallon of milk of your choice, take out 2 cups of it, add half a cup of buttermilk, then you set it in a warm place until it thickens. Once it thickens, then you'll have to heat it up to make the cheese. Polish farmer's cheese that is good with pierogi, it's good with lasagna, you can make a cheesecake out of this. Really, the possibilities are endless. I have known some people that have made eggs with the cheese. That's also very tasty, and it's really easy to do. And it's certainly that it's much fresher than buying cottage cheese or farmer's cheese or ricotta cheese. And I've got about 16 gallons to make, so this is just half a gallon that I'm making right now. And as you can see, it's already starting to bubble up some. Small bubbles are coming up. And you do not want to cook this on a high temperature. It's got to be cooked on the lowest setting you've got, like on 1. Otherwise you'll get harder cheese. So far, I've cooked this for 5 minutes. It's doing good. Got a good consistency, and you will know when it's finished because it will literally change its texture to much more solid texture, and you will see the curds separate from the whey. And at this point, I'd like to give a shout out to all my viewers out here. No matter what culture that you have or where you live, you can make this cheese also. It's really good for you. You take half a gallon of milk, get 2 cups of it removed, add half a cup of buttermilk, stick it in a warm spot till it'll be ready, and then you'll have cheese to make for whatever you want. Family favorite of ours is using it to make lasagna, which I had done earlier. And this is Twaróg. It's Polish cheese. And for those of you who think you wouldn't like it, it's very similar to what they use to make lasagna. And I know most of you probably do eat lasagna. And the reason why it looks like this is because it's not finished. As you can see, it hasn't even separated yet. It's not paint. No, James. Not paint at all. It's okay to sip, but I'm actually making this to share with others. I know lots of people that like lasagna, so I'm going to be making a lot of lasagna today to share with others. And you do have a point, James. It don't look very appetizing to me either. And really, just by itself, not appetizing. It is just like an ingredient you would add. It is a cheese. James Price, yes. But it's not a cheese yet. And you're right, James. I am making it with love and care. And I'll be making many more gallons of this too. I've got about 16 gallons to make today. So today's officially National Cheese Day for me. And you can always try this at home too. Take half a gallon of milk, remove 2 cups of it out, add half a cup of buttermilk, put in a warm spot until it gets thick. Then you can cook it on a slow temperature and you'll finally have what you've been looking for. Cheese to make lasagna. You can make pierogi filling with this. You could make cheesecake. It's really up to you what you want to do with it. As you can see now, it's still bubbling up some. Definitely not ready by fire. Great, James. Let me know how it turns out. And I hope that you have a great day too. And thank you so much for subscribing. And it was an interesting thing that the simp just said, dang, now we're all alone. And we're actually not alone right now, because in my religion that we believe that there's 3 or more that's gathered together, the Holy Spirit is always there. So God's always there with you. No matter how alone you might feel, you are most certainly not alone. For those of you that just joined me, I'm making homemade cheese. I've got it set on one. It's been cooking for over 14 minutes now, and it's going to take much longer. And the Polish name for that is Twaróg. It's a white cheese, similar to cottage cheese, only this doesn't have any preservatives. Hi, Maisha. It's not hard to make it all. You just take half a gallon of milk and Take 2 cups of that out, add half a cup of buttermilk, put it in a warm spot until it gets thick. Once it gets thick, then you can cook it on a very low setting. I put mine on number 1, which is a double burner. On a regular stove, that would be close to simmer. And if you want to make much more, you can just double up on the recipe. I usually just make half a gallon at a time. You definitely want to keep your eye on it, and you don't want to overfill it either when you cook it. Making just half a gallon, it's definitely easier to carry. It don't take as long as it would if another one. And I'm so happy to hear that you might try to make it. You have to let me know how it turns out. So far, this has been cooking 16 minutes. Still hasn't really thickened up enough yet, but it's getting there. Doughboy Joe, this is Twaróg, Polish farmer's cheese, which is similar to cottage cheese. And you can use this to make Polish dishes, Italian dishes, cheesecake, really whatever you want. But it's in the process of cooking right now, so it'll take a while for it to be ready. So let's see how it's separating now. Looks ready to me. Smacznego, everyone, and thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you guys soon, I hope. Bye.